And so without further ado, let us go to the Zoom machine and say hello to the star of the weekend in MMA, the man who defied all the odds, all the naysayers, all the haters, all the critics, everyone who was just looking right past him, everyone who said that, Giga should fight for the belt next, everyone that said he was done after the Max Holloway fight, the man who pulled one of the best performances out of his hat on Saturday against the then streaking Giga Chikadze, the New England Cartel's own Calvin Kattar, joining us right off the bat here. Hello, Calvin. How are you?
I'm doing great, Ario. What an intro. What a start to my Monday.
Yes.
Doing great.
I mean, look, it was a fantastic win, a fantastic performance, and dare I say, the best performance out of a New Englander on Saturday. I didn't say that. No, I was talking about you.
Listen, the service is a little.
I didn't say that. I was just talking about the fights. It was great. You were great.
Get it in now, man. But I still got that card in the back pocket. I'm gonna just jump on the Tampa Bay Bucks now.
Oh, of course you will. Like all
you, old Tom Brady.
Listen, I'm not. I promise you. I wasn't gonna get into it. I mean, I do remember the texts and the DMs that you sent me after that Monday night game, but we won't get into that.
I know. I jumped the gun.
And I tried to take the high road and be the classy one. But man, that was a great.
I know. Bittersweet now.
I mean, fantastic, man. What a win. What a performance. You've had some big wins, but considering how the last year went for you and considering all the talk about whether you'd be back and your health and all that, possible that was the greatest end of your career so far?
That's what a lot of people are saying, but they're always the biggest one to me. The next one's always the biggest one because that's the one that I can impact. And I'm just, at this point, man, it sounds cliche, but I'm on to the next one, and people always want to bring up the Max fight, this, that. And I try to explain, I don't even want to talk about the previous fight, even after a win.
Yeah.
How can I do it? The conversation after a loss, and it's always just, but you take it with a grain of salt because you get it. It is what it is. I've been there before too. And it's it's not what happens to you; it's how you bounce back. And I just focused all my efforts on the comeback, and it all paid off last Saturday.
Man, I was sitting in this chair on Monday of last week. We're talking about the fights. We're talking about 145 and Alex, and I was talking to New York Rick, my guy, and I was like, man. And I said this 10 more times throughout the week. The disrespect shown to Calvin Kattar this week was astounding. I mean, people were talking, what about Giga? I was like, he has to fight a really tough guy named Calvin Kattar. This guy has been there before. Did you listen to all of that? Not only from him, but from everyone else saying Giga should be next, Giga should be next. I mean, let alone what he was saying. And did you use that as motivation going into the fight?
Yeah, for sure. We took, all those chips, leading into the fight and calling out the champ. It wasn't something that I would do, but now with the fight coming up, it's definitely just overlooking your opponent, the disrespect, like you said. We felt that way, but didn't really want to give him any locker room material like we talked about, man. Just take that into the fight with me and know that it's dangerous once, I get an opportunity to make him pay for it.
Were you confident going into the fight? Were you confident that it would go like that? Did you think it would be a closer, what were you feeling?
Well, we had it was give or take. The game plan was pretty much, what you saw. But it would have been nice to probably land a couple more takedowns. He did a good job defending the takedowns later in the fight, and I was glad I got the first one, kind of zapped him a little bit, and then I felt like the speed, the power, a little bit those things were off. But I didn't expect to just go trade with him for the next 4 rounds, and but it worked out, and just. Glad it worked out the way it did, but it wasn't the way it was kind of planned to be, just to stand up and get a striking fight with them. I was planning on more so trying to expose him more for, the mixed martial arts side, the wrestling, the takedowns, things like that. But I have a habit of just getting into these fucking wars, man. Part of me, I think, just gets in that pocket, and I'm willing to trade. And Giga as well, man. Man, is he durable, though. It was a hell of a fight.
Man, what about those elbows? You're throwing elbows out there like jabs. I mean, it's really a thing of beauty. Was that part of the game plan, or is that just something that comes in when to throw that, there's not a lot of people who could do that quickly and that effortlessly with the elbows.
Yeah, we were pressuring the whole fight, and anytime he wasn't kind of giving me, he wasn't giving me space, then we were just kind of crashing in and things. So definitely my hands, saved some abuse that night. It was nice to give him a little bit of a break and use the elbows. My hands feel pretty good right now. It's a plus. And yeah, considering the type of fight it was, I'm feeling pretty great. like I said, man, the tougher ones are sitting with the L when you're healthy.
Yeah.
You gotta be patient for the next one. And it's not so much the physical pain, that stuff fades. As long as you get the job done in the W, then the physical stuff will work itself out and you just heal up for the next one. But yeah, happy to come away with a win. That was 1 for 2 for New England fans, but at least we gave them something to,
Wait, you bring it. Listen, I'm not talking. I don't know what you're talking about. 1 for 2. I don't know. You're talking about what? What is the? I don't know what you're saying.
You're right. Moving on. Next question, as we like to say.
Yes, you did give the timing. I don't know if you know this. You probably don't. You were locked in, but it was amazing. Like your fight started just as halftime started, and your fight ended just as third quarter ended. It would have been perfect. I mean, it was great for fans of the other team. It was perfect for us. I appreciate the timing.
I know, man. We deserve it. I'm not gonna lie. You guys.
Listen, that was 20 years.
Fans, man. That's why it's good timing for the New England cartel. We're trying to get behind, but it's a little rough for the other sports teams right now. But we're still behind them. Everyone's counting them out. But I'm expecting. It's not what happens. It's the bounce back.
That's
so
right.
For the Patriots.
Look, I mean, you are the walking embodiment of that. Saw a great photo of you guys afterwards. I think it was in the hospital or in the ambulance or somewhere. Could you tell us about that interaction? What did you guys say to each other?
Yeah, just bumping into him left and right, leading into the fight. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But going into the hospital after, we bumped into each other. And, it's always easy to kind of show each other respect after you throw down with each other for 25 minutes. A lot of the emotions are kind of settled. But, just respect, tough fight. He's durable. I hit him with some clean shots that most people, I think, would have, took a knee or fell down or he was wobbling, but never really kind of dropped. Towards the end of the round, I thought I might have had him, but credit to him, he held off, and it was a hell of a fight.
So you saw him a lot throughout the week leading up to the fight?
Towards the end, just kind of bumping into him, and then doing the piss test, and you saw it. I saw him out back. I'm like, you guys don't got any extra damn bathrooms back here?
Awkward?
Whatever. I mean, we're professionals, man. It's really not the biggest deal, but it's like, whatever. It's just funny, man. Then I bump it. All week I'm just kind of bumping into him. But like I said, man, it was more just kind of all that stuff's bullshit. Even all the interviews, all the crap, it doesn't matter. It boils down to 25 minutes in the octagon, and all the talking in the world at that point is irrelevant.
I was looking through the news this morning. I saw this on MMA Junkie. He did a Facebook Live session last night talking about the fight. Just want to read you a quote and get your response if I could. He said, "I fucked up last night, but it's all good. It's the journey. I'm learning from this. Next time I'm going to come back so much stronger. I already feel bad for my future opponents, so I'm going to learn a lot from this one. Trust me on that. Also, I feel like if I would fight with this guy 10 times, 9 I would win. That would be the one I would lose. And that was last night. It is what it is. I made mistakes, and I'm paying for that now. It's all good. I'm unbreakable. Remember this shit. Georgians are always unbreakable. This is how we fight until the effing end." 9 times out of 10. Did he say that to you in the hospital?
No. It's different when you hear people in person in interviews, but I don't take it personal, man. It's whatever. I wish him a speedy recovery, bounce back. I told him all you can do now is make the next guy pay, and that's exactly what I did. And, hopefully he responds to the loss. It doesn't sound like it's going that way early, but hopefully, he just understands that. Honestly, he can understand whatever he wants. For me, it helped me to just focus on the things I can control and focus on the comeback, but not so much really the last one.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, he's a great fighter. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. We know in MMA you can lose once and go and win 4 in a row and be right back in there, 3 in a row, 2 in a row. I do have a hot take for you, Calvin. All this talk about Volkanovski, it seems like, it's going to be Korean Zombie, but Volkanovski was supposed to fight who next? Max Holloway. Who's your last loss to? Max Holloway. I actually feel like you would have a very strong case on this Monday to be next in line for a title shot, more so than Korean Zombie. I mean, if you look at your last few fights and Zombie's last few fights, and you didn't say a word of that. You didn't say a word of that leading into the fight. You didn't say a word of it leading out of the fight. And I think that says a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? Because you could sit here right now and be like, yo, put my resume of the last few fights up to, up against Zombies. Yours is actually just as impressive, if not more impressive. Your lone loss is to the guy who was supposed to fight for the belt, who a lot of people think is the uncrowned champ. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, man. A lot of these guys think, they can cut the line with their mouths rather than earning it with their fights, and that's not my style. I rather talk less about it, go out and prove it. And because that's the only thing that really matters, man. Go out and earn your title shots. I know guys like Max, guys like, Volkanovski, they want contenders. They can see through the bullshit, more than the casual other people that are chiming in. But all I'm trying to do is prove that I'm the number one contender and fight anybody that I have to in order to go out and get these big opportunities, man, like the Maxes and the Alexes. And great checkpoint. Though I'm happy to be in this top 5 division with these guys. And like I don't like now. It's post fight. I'm down to talk about it. Prior, man, it just seems like mismanaged focus. You know what I mean? You can't really control the fight with the champ. You have a fight with me, kind of overlooking me, and I definitely took that personally, as they say.
I love the idea of, if obviously, they go in the direction of Volkanovski Zombie. I love the idea of you versus Ortega or you versus Yair Rodriguez next. Do you like those? And if so, do you have a preference?
I don't care for really any of them, honestly. Whatever one gets me the biggest opportunities, biggest pays, rinse and repeat all of them. They're all tough guys. They all present problems. You got to go in and put together a game plan. And they're all the same to me in a sense, give or take. They're all tough. They all present problems. But as far as that main event title fight, I know uncrowned champ Max Holloway's next in line, but should he not be recovered by the time the fight happens or situation makes sense. I know Zombie wasn't planning on kind of jumping the line at, what was he, 4 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy things have happened, but I'll be ready to go just in case. I know things are in shambles a little bit right now, so all I can do is focus on being ready as possible should I get that call. But either way, I'm excited to see the division moving again. I know for a year or two ago, it was kind of stuck in mud a little bit, and at least we're seeing some fights happening, and it's exciting time to be part of the featherweight division.
I told you I'd let you go at 10:15 Vegas time, so I shall let you go. Just a very quick thing. Perfect world, when do you want to return? Like springish, April, something like that? April, May?
Yeah, I don't need any help missing this flight.
Yeah.
Pretty good job at it. But I'm healthy, like I said, just getting back. I'll be ready to go when something that makes sense presents itself. I stay in the gym. Just nothing else to do but get back to work right now, man. I'm not satisfied. So back to work and ready for the next big opportunity.
All right. Go get your flight, man. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. Congrats on the win, and congrats on shutting a lot of people up.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
All right. There he is, Calvin Kattar, joining us, kind enough to join us before he flies out and heads off to New England.